Buddy, you know what day it is? If we're here, it must be Thursday, 1 o'clock, because it's,
Time for
yeah.
opposite sexes.
Oh, good. Okay, very good.
We're still opposite
Yeah.
sexes.
Yeah, but I wasn't sure if you're gonna say trash talk or someone you should know.
No, that's I usually screw up like that, but very rarely do you
Every once in a
screw up.
while.
Yeah, you do once in a while, but then you usually tell me stop, cut the recording, start over.
Yeah, you mean like 15 minutes ago?
Yeah, like we did just recently. But hey, we're glad to have you with us. Sometimes we go off on a tangent a little bit. No, and
Do we?
Brandon and I do the same thing. We do a feature every once in a while called This or That, or Would You Rather, or so. It's a fun game to play, and I thought we've been talking about some serious stuff lately, and
Is that what we're doing today?
we're gonna do this or that.
I hate to break it to you, but we've done this before.
I know we've done it before,
Oh, okay, fine.
but
That's fine.
there's an unlimited amount of
Okay.
things that you can discuss.
I thought you thought that it
No,
was the first
but
time.
it's fun to just kind of be spontaneous.
Absolutely.
And I thought that I would allow you to be spontaneous
That's not fair.
today. Well, but I mean, it'll come back to me because I will ask you some things and then you can come back and say, what do you think about that? Okay.
All right, let's see how it
All right.
goes.
Well, no, for the first one, and you have to either think quickly and answer and all,
Okay.
or you can think about it and all, but don't answer the question with a question.
Okay.
For instance, this or that, I would say to you, hot or cold?
Hot.
Hot. You prefer hot than cold?
Mhm.
Really?
You have to be kidding me.
No, I thought you were gonna go
Really?
the other way because now that's why this show is called
Every
Opposite
time I get in the
Sexes.
car, what do I do? Usually,
You
even in a warm weather, I put on the seat.
Well, you put
Hot
on
seat.
the seat warmers. You
And
do.
when I say we're at a restaurant and your food comes to you or to me, whoever is first, I say,
It's not hot. Yeah.
is it hot?
Yeah. If I and she does. If I get soup and she doesn't see smoke rising from my
It goes
bowl,
back.
she says that's not hot enough. And who did you get that from? Your mom.
Well, she kind of turned me into it, but she went kind of over.
Oh,
She
she liked her coffee
yeah,
scalding
yeah.
hot.
And
I
like
mean,
the restaurants were afraid to serve it to her because it was so hot.
but if she
That's
went to the same restaurant, you knew, that they would say, oh, Mrs. Shutan is here. Make
Yeah,
sure that
and
the
that
coffee
I
is
know
scalding
that I
hot.
can't, but I
And me,
do
if I
like
get something that's scalding hot, I have to sit there and blow on it and wait until it cools off, or take some ice from my
right.
my
Water.
water and add it to the soup or whatever to cool it
And
down.
if we're someplace and it's cold with air conditioning or the weather is cold, I'm always want it to be warmer.
Oh, yeah, see,
Always.
but my kind of trend of thought is the opposite. I prefer cold. I mean, for
We
instance,
know that.
I will sometimes sleep at night with just a sheet and not a blanket. Uh, yeah, I like when I get in the car, I like to get the air conditioning going, and I still have a hard time understanding. Bless you.
Me, sorry.
Uh, that'll be another one. I'll ask you cough or sneeze. No, anyway, but very often it can be 100 degrees outside, and I turn the air conditioning on in the car, and we're waiting for the car to cool off, and you still turn on the seat warmer.
Well, I turn on for different reason. I don't turn on because I'm
Cold.
cold. I turn on because it just feels good on my back.
Yeah.
That's
And
why.
and me, I prefer cold because I cannot stand the heat in the summer anywhere. I didn't like it
We
in
know.
Florida, and I don't like it in Texas, and I didn't like it even in the summers with the high humidity in Chicago. And I would rather put on a parka with a sweater and a sweatshirt and 3 other layers of clothing and be below zero and deal with the cold than to deal with the
Be
with the
careful
hot.
what you wish for.
Well,
We've been in Chicago before in the wintertime and you are not
well,
happy.
it's harder to go back to it when you were raised in it, but I'll tell you, here in Texas, we complain, it is so hot, I wish it would cool off. And then when the frost develops in February down here, then we say, God, I wish it would warm up.
I
So
can't believe you asked me that
be
question right off
careful
the
what
bat.
you,
How long have you known me?
51 years.
And you asked that question.
Well, but obviously we are opposite Saxes. We have opposite opinions. You prefer the hot, I lean toward the cold.
But why
That's,
would you ask me that?
but that's why the game is this or that.
Why did you ask me something you
To
already
see
knew?
what your answer was. I didn't know. I honestly thought you were going to say cold,
After 51 years of being together?
but for different reasons. You see, you went from,
You told me to be honest.
I know. And I was thinking more of the weather, outside weather, and all. You are thinking more of the inside enclosed temperature. We've beaten this one to death already.
Sure.
All
So
right,
wrong. Yes.
next
so,
one. Home or away?
Where are we going?
See, I said, what was the first, what was the first thing I said at the top of the
That's
show?
why I said that.
Don't answer the question with a question.
Depends. Are you talking like Europe? Or
That's-
Paris, Texas?
That's not, I said, this is, this or that, home or away.
I guess home. And you thought I was gonna say away, didn't
And
you?
you're asking, well, where are you talking, domestic
Well,
travel, or are you talking world
I'm
travel?
thinking, because even with world travel, oh, you go and you wait for the plane, and then you gotta sit on the plane, and then it takes forever to get there.
Cover up with a
And
mask.
you cover up with man, and then you gotta fight the time change going, and then you fight it coming back. Is it really worth all that? In some respects, if you're going to Greece, it's worth that.
Depends on, that's what I'm saying. That's what,
If
it
you're going to
depends on
New
where it's
York,
going, but that's not
no.
part of the game.
Yeah.
But
You would say home.
I am more of a homebody.
I know,
I would prefer to spend
right,
a solid month at home
right,
than a solid month away on a beach
I know.
someplace. Now, let's assume that we do go away. Mountain, seashore.
Seashore.
See, folks,
And you like the mountain.
this is why the show is called Opposite Saxes. And there's a lesson to be learned from this show, because opposites do attract.
Oh, yes, they do.
You can
I don't
see
know
it
why.
every
I
Thursday.
haven't any clue why.
Every Thursday, opposites attract, because
Well,
she
I
would
do like the
rather
mountains.
be down by the
Do
beach.
you know why I said that?
Because you knew I was gonna pick mountains, so you take the seashore.
Yeah, that's very true. No, the other reason is, I'm always concerned about the altitude sickness.
Well, you don't have to go 5 miles up, you don't
I mean,
have
if you're
to,
talking like Vegas and Red Rock,
what?
that's pretty.
One of the highest elevations in the United States is
Mm.
Santa Fe, New Mexico, which we have visited.
Yeah, no, and I was concerned about
And
it.
when you get there, sometimes
was
walking
concerned
on the
about it.
streets on a little bit.
Yeah, you
you
can
get a little
feel
bit
it, but
winded,
other than that, you really, I
you
didn't
know.
feel
And then the other side of that coin is, we lived down in South Florida, which
you
is sea level. So you're at
Zero.
zero altitude, or sometimes even slightly below zero altitude. But
it. Maybe because you're thinking about the food,
what,
you like
mountain
the
food is
meat?
better than
Meats and fish at the, I don't know.
maybe. But there's something about, and maybe it's because we were raised, and we raised our kids in cities,
Yes.
which were at ground level,
Mhm.
that to get away, whatever, I would rather go up than down. I'd rather go up in the
But the
mountains where
water-
it's peaceful, and
Yeah, but the water has a calming effect too.
that you're absolutely right. I mean,
So
I could
it's like
enjoy
6
both.
to 1, half a dozen of the other.
Yeah. It's.
Next.
Yep. Well, this is a giveaway. Coffee or tea? Opposite Saxes.
My mother said I would learn to love coffee
Because she
when in my
did.
teenage years. She says, you'll learn to like it as you get older.
Yeah. You never did.
Never, not even a coffee cough drop, not even coffee ice cream.
And I know
Ooh.
you prefer tea. And go to the next step. You don't really care that much for iced tea. Hot tea you prefer, right?
It's funny. I grew out of the iced tea. I used to like iced tea because my dad and I would have it together every
Right.
once in a while. Yeah. But I would also put a lot of sugar in it. That's
Yeah.
how he liked
Well,
it.
you put a lot of sugar in coffee too,
Yeah,
which
that's
a lot
true.
of people used
That's
to.
true.
I never really was that much into putting coffee, sugar in my coffee. I did put cream
Cream,
in my coffee for a while. Now I drink black
Why did you
coffee.
take the cream out?
Uh,
Why'd you stop using cream?
I don't know, because I guess I enjoy the flavor of just black coffee.
Hmm.
But to me, coffee or tea, I drink just because it's flavored water. I would rather drink coffee or tea rather than plain water.
Right, yeah, I
And I know
that.
you would prefer just water,
Yeah,
but there's flavored
sorry,
everything
what
out
can I
there.
say?
So the next one I had on the list was I did coffee and tea,
Mhm.
soda or water.
Oh, wow. It's no brand.
I know you,
Soda, pop, Coke, however.
except you don't drink much soda at all. You drink a lot of water.
I do, but I drink more Coca-Cola
You-
than I probably should on occasion.
Yeah.
I'm
You-
starting to cut back.
You favor it.
Yes, I do.
And Mexican Coca-Cola is your real favorite
No,
because it's got real sugar.
yeah, but that does damage too.
Well,
Between the sugar and the corn
hey,
syrup.
everything does
I
damage.
know, I'd be a good, I'd be a good advertisement for Coca-Cola.
You would. You probably would.
I probably would.
Not Pepsi. Coke, Coke. No Pepsi. No Pepsi. Coke.
And you like diet drinks.
Uh,
If you're gonna
yeah,
have,
yeah. And those are not any better for you than
No,
the ones
they're not.
with sugar,
no,
you know. Sedan or an SUV?
look, I'm still thinking about it. 'Cause-
And
I'm thinking
you
of,
still
I
got a
am,
year and a half to go on
I
your
know.
current lease.
I know, I probably would say an SUV at this point.
Go back to an SUV because you've had both.
Yeah, I probably would. The only thing is I worry that as I get older, then one day I'm gonna wake up, I won't be able to get into it. Or I won't be able to get out of it, one of the two.
Well, but you could say the same thing with a nice sporty sedan. Is it
No, but it's
sometimes
lower to
it's
the
so
ground.
it is lower to the ground. Sometimes that's hard to get in and out of than to step up into an SUV.
How you had your sports car all those years that you did,
Yeah,
because you were a little older at that point.
yeah. But that was,
That was tough. That was tough for me.
that was a midlife crisis kind of a thing.
It was. Definitely was. Definitely.
Yeah. But
And you?
I think as I get older, I probably lean a little bit more toward the SUV. Now,
Really?
I
And you've got
I drive a Beetle
right.
and all, but that is a small car, but the VW Beetle, the seats in it are a little bit more like a chair back
Mhm.
type seat than it is a sports car that is lower.
Yeah, but
To the
you're
ground.
still, that doesn't bother you getting in and out?
No, not yet.
That's good. That's good.
But the SUVs have become so much more practical over the years.
Yes, and they're
Because
making
they,
smaller SUVs.
right. There's the small crossovers.
Yeah,
And all, I mean, if you really want the big expeditions and things like that, yes, because you need it for hauling stuff. But there is that crossover category that's kind of
Right.
between the large sedan and the small SUV. So,
You're right.
a garden home or a high rise?
High rise.
Now, why do you say that now?
Because I'm at that point in my life where I don't want to have to worry about a house and everything that goes with it.
Yeah, so that kind of goes with the,
I mean, if it's a condominium, a high rise, okay, so I have to worry about inside, the stove, the refrigerator, the washing machine, that's okay.
but you open up the windows and you look out over the city or so, if you're, 10 or 12 or 15 or 20 stories up. I go along with you at this juncture. I probably would have, preferred the house, but I said
Sure.
garden home because that's a one-story, lower maintenance, not a lot of
Right, and I
of
thought,
yard
and
work.
that's what I was hesitating about. The only thing is you are still, in most communities, you're responsible for anything outside,
Yeah,
like flowers and stuff. I don't want to deal with that.
yeah, you've had it with the
Yeah,
landscaping
unless they have plastic everything.
and
I'm
artificial
done.
turf.
Yeah, I'm kind of done. Yeah.
That's
It's rare to find plastic anything.
that's our next move. We've decided that we're gonna, when the rest of the plants in our garden die, we're going
Well,
plastic.
don't say too loudly, the HOA will fine you.
What HOA? Did I say that? No, I didn't mean it. I was just kidding. Uh, Now this is a good one. Texting or calling?
Calling. You, you don't say, is what you would.
You kidding me? With the amount of texting that you do?
Yeah, but it's, the amount of texting is like to our daughter, our son, a quick to a friend, like, are we on for today at lunch?
I can say,
Um,
I understand, I
I'm
agree with
saying,
you
but
100%.
for most things, I would prefer to talk to
But
somebody
there
in
are
their
times
voice.
that you have a thread going back and forth for a long time. Like when you're live um, with our niece down in Florida. You and Tracy sometimes will get into a texting thing back and forth.
Oh, yeah,
And
occasionally she will, because she's at work 5 days a week,
well,
so it's a little
I guess it's
easier.
because you can get away with texting at work more so than you can
Yeah,
talking,
yeah,
and you
yeah.
don't want her to get into trouble.
Yeah, no, I don't,
But
considering she just had a promotion.
right.
Um, but, yeah, no, I know you find it hard to believe because you feel I'm on the phone a lot, but actually,
And
you,
me t- texting, I do it only because I have to, but I like talking to people.
well, you never know
I
it.
like hearing a
You
voice.
are on that phone constantly
Not texting.
texting.
No, I play games on my phone.
Yes, that you do, but
That
you
that I
text
do.
a lot.
Not really.
Mm,
That must be that other guy.
yeah,
Okay, last one, and then we'll let you all go because you're probably um
I don't blame them. They're probably already asleep.
self-serve or assisted service.
Oh. What do you think?
Well, again, might have to clarify a little bit because, for instance,
Yeah.
checking out at the grocery store, self-serve, assisted service.
Oh, but that's not all the time.
I
That's if
like
I have
being,
a few things. Just
well,
like
even if it's more than a few
Right.
things, you know how to do it, and so you will do it. I don't care about scanning and putting it in a bag and doing that. I like to go to my favorite little checkout people and say, "How are you today?"
Mr.
And
Social.
when they yes, and when they bag my goods and put it in the cart for me to take out to the car, I like to say thank you very much for your help. I appreciate the service. I would rather go to a restaurant where I sit down and a server comes over to take an order and bring our food than to go in up to the counter and
Well,
order the
that I
food and
agree.
sit down.
If I'm meeting somebody for a lunch or a dinner or a breakfast, whatever, a meal, I'm going there to relax and have a nice time, and I want to sit down. And even if I'm ordering eggs, just come to me, please.
Well, yeah, and I mean, I would actually even take it a step further. I would rather go in to order my food than to go through a drive-through.
Drive-through. Well, yeah, and I'm getting.
I mean,
low
unless you're in
lazy,
a
so I
real
can go.
hurry or you're on your way someplace and you're gonna, eat on the
You
run.
can socialize through the window, you know.
I know you can, but a lot of times those people are so busy, they don't have time to socialize.
So you go
Yeah.
in to a restaurant where you could get a drive-through just so you can socialize with them?
No, like a burger place.
Yeah.
I go in and walk up to the counter and order my drink and look at the menu up there and decide I'll take the number two medium size whatever and wait for my food and then go back out to the car and drive away rather than sitting in the car and doing it that way.
You could be like
I-
your brother-in-law who goes over to Starbucks and sits all morning, just
Well,
chatting away to everybody that works there.
yeah, yeah.
That's
Well,
gonna be you.
yeah, but then the guy behind him is honking the horn. Come
Well,
on, let me hurry.
I just want you to know that I
Yes.
went to the grocery store 3 or 4 times this week.
Yeah.
And I went to your nice lady that you like to go to at the
Mhm.
grocery store.
My little
Always very nice
Se-
Stuart. She
70-year-old.
loves Stuart.
Yeah.
I get nothing. I smile and I'm waiting for hello and I'm thinking, oh, should I say hello to her? Shouldn't I? But I'm smiling because I used to say hello to her, but I wasn't getting much back. And I thought, at this point, I'm not saying anything, but I'll smile and see.
Yeah.
Got nothing.
You got-
I got nothing, but thank you very much. Here's your receipt.
You got to work on that. See, I'm I'm just the charismatic guy.
Yeah. All the ladies love you, honey.
When I
All the 80-year-old
when I
ladies
take my
love
car
you.
in for service, or whatever, I'd like to talk to the
Well,
people
there's nothing wrong with that. I do that.
there. Yeah. It's in my DNA.
You make me sound like such an old.
No. It's just that I think the younger generation is not as interactive with live people as they are with
Oh, I agree.
with their mobile devices and with
Oh, I
with
agree.
microphones at the
That's
drive-through.
true.
You
That's true.
take
They
your
haven't
order
learned.
and please drive
Well,
up
but they don't
to
have
the
to.
window.
They do everything on their phones, so they haven't learned how to be social.
Right.
You're right.
I am always available to be social. Just call me.
I'll rent
Call
you
me.
out.
If you
Rent you
if you have to text me, I will respond, but I'd really rather call. Wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Okay. But at any rate,
Enough.
open up your computer next week on Thursday and join us again for another show. Okay,
Thanks for joining us.
bye.